I want you guys to look at the screen. Do you see how many people had to leave because they didn't have the first part of the lesson done? Why do you think it's so important to start with the first thing on our list and work your way through? Ilea?
So that way you're prepared for the meeting.
Very good. And I was trying to explain to the kids in school today. So normally when you're in school, we have half the day math, half the day for reading. So really, when you guys finish with your lunch, which is around 12:30, that's really when your next class starts. So we don't start this class until 1, so that you always have enough time that if there is a video, for you to watch it. Why do you think, and this is why I sent a dojo reminder, just announcement last night, why was today's lesson one of the videos that was super important that you watched before class? How is today different than a lot of the other days? Reese?
We had to do things before we came on the Zoom.
Right, you were actually working on the problem set because we're not doing must-do problems today. Tyler, I need you to do the lesson 12 video and page 63. Unmute yourself for me, please. Right now, by signing on and off repeatedly, you're just wasting your time. So do you understand what you need to do right now? Tell me what you need to do.
Watch the video and do the page.
What page should your book be open to?
63.
Okay, now the link is on my Schoology. You have to, just like you would be doing with me, you need to follow along and complete these three problems with, not by yourself, with the teacher, okay? All right, go do that right now. It should take you about 15 minutes. Sunny, did you watch the video and do page 63?
Yes.
Okay, hold it up to the screen, please.
I didn't do the page. I watched the video though.
Okay, so you didn't do what you were supposed to do. The page is done with the video. So you need to log off of here and get on and do that part first.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, that's okay. All right, Elijah, you have a camera working today? All right, let's leave it on, please. Okay, so for those of you, what I wanted to tell you before we had to start all of that organization is look around. You're one of very few people that followed the directions for today. So I want to first start by saying thank you for following the directions and being very responsible. So we're going to go ahead and jump in to today's homework. So then you won't have to submit that to me because we're going to be doing it together just to see if you have any questions. Nolan, did you need something?
No, I did it.
Honey, the video is about 15 minutes long. There's no way you could have gone through the whole thing.
I watched the video before, then I solved the answers. I already
Okay.
watched the video before the Zoom.
Okay. Let's see what we have. Okay, so before we jump into the homework page, who can tell me what today's lesson was about? Elijah?
RDW, the RDW.
Okay, hold on. Let me share my
Process.
screen. Okay, so we learned about, and this is not something that I would say is brand new to you, but we just kind of looked at it more in a specific setting. We talked about RDW. What does that stand for, Elijah?
Read, draw, and write.
So this is an acronym that is just supposed to help you when solving word problems. This week, tomorrow, actually you're going to see tomorrow is going to be an asynchronous day for everyone because I have an appointment. But in the video that I made, If you were in school last week, I told you to make sure you took your calculator home because you are going to be able to use your calculator because we've been doing so much multiplication work. Now we're going to focus on, can you solve really tough problems? Okay, so one other question before we get started. These word problems that you solved with the video, how did you notice that they were a little bit more difficult than the problems we've been solving? How was it different? Chase?
They're multi-step problems.
Very good. So you could not just answer one part and be finished. You had to find an answer and then use that to solve the problem, the rest of the problem. All right, we have a lot of people trying to get in. So I want you to go ahead and turn to page 65 in your workbook. 65. Finn and Noah, did you guys have a question about did you watch the whole video, Finn?
I did it earlier, but I didn't know the page. I just
Okay.
copied my paperwork down on this page.
Okay. All right. My screen won't share. There we go. All right, Chase, go ahead and start reading on page 65 for us.
The table shows the number of stickers of various types in Chrissy's new sticker book. Chrissy's 6 friends each own the same sticker book. How many stickers do Chrissy and her 6 friends have all together?
Okay, so the RDW, we need to read first, and that's what we did. Before we decide what to draw, let's go ahead and highlight or underline what's important. Reese, what's important here?
That Christy has 6 friends and they each own the same sticker book.
Very good. So we're not only talking about Chrissy here, it's Chrissy and her 6 friends. Anything else important?
Also that it says, how many stickers do Christy and her 6 friends have all together?
Very good. And then how do we find the information, Reese, about Chrissy and her friends?
Over in the box, in like the table box.
Very good. We have a table over here. So we have the types of stickers and the number of stickers. Okay, so we did our reading. Now we need to draw something. Sometimes we can use tape diagrams, really any drawing that will help you solve the problem. So does anyone have a suggestion? What would you like to draw to help us solve this problem? Elijah?
A tape diagram.
Okay, tell me what to do.
Put 32, 21, and 39 in six boxes, and then draw your curly bracket at the top.
Okay, so let's start with one sticker book. So in one sticker book, we have 32 flowers, 21 smiley faces, and 39 hearts. This is going to be Chrissy's sticker book because that's what we're talking about. Nolan, did you get that down? Now we need to make 6 more books because we have Chrissy and her 6 friends. So if we know Chrissy has this many total stickers, how can we figure out, we know they're divided up into 32, 21, and 39. How could we figure out how many stickers Chrissy has altogether? Nolan?
Add all those numbers up.
Okay, so if I add up 32, 21, and 39. Go ahead, Nolan. Tell me how to add those up for us.
Add 2 plus 1 equals 3. 3 plus 9 equals 12. Put the 2 down, carry the 1. 1 plus 3 equals 4. 4 plus 2 equals 5. 5 plus
Let's try that again, honey. 4 plus 2?
4 plus
Not
2
5.
equals 6
And 6 plus 3?
equals 9.
Okay, so we know in one book, we have 92 stickers. So if we want to add Chrissy's 6 friends, Elijah, go ahead and tell me what else you wanted me to do with my picture.
Put 92 in 3 boxes, in 6 boxes.
Okay, so could I go maybe down this way since I wrote that way? We could go. So here's friend number 1, friend number 2, friend number 3, friend number 4, friend number 5, friend number 6. So each of these friends also have 92 stickers per book.
Ms. Shevchik, I'm back.
Okay.
What page are we on?
65.
Thank you.
All right, Finn, if I know that Chrissy has 92 stickers and each of her 6 friends have 92 stickers, what can I do to figure out how many total stickers they have all together?
92 times 6.
Okay, Finn, what multiplication algorithm would you like to use?
Standard algorithm.
All right, go ahead.
2 times 6 is 12. Put down the 2, carry the 1. 9 times 6 is 53.
54.
54. Add the 1 for 50, put down 55.
So we read our problem, we drew our answer, but now we need to write it out. So Finn, we need to give one answer. And in the video, you'll see that when they write their answer, they put it in a sentence. So can you answer the question, how many stickers do Chrissy and her 6 friends have all together with a complete sentence?
Chrissy and her 6 friends have 552 stickers altogether.
Great. Chrissy and her 6 friends have 552 stickers all together. Nice job. Okay, for number 2, we're not going to draw this one unless we see that we need to, or sometimes I think that's my way of note taking, doing some type of drawing or organization. So let's go. Tegan, go ahead and read number 2 and read it for us, and then tell us what's important. What should we highlight or underline?
The small copier makes 437 copies each day. The large copier makes 4 times as many copies each day. How many copies does the large copier make each week?
Okay, what's important?
Small copier makes 437 copies each day.
Okay.
Large copier makes 4 times as many copies each day.
Okay, so we know that the small copier makes 437 copies a day. Large copier makes 4 times as many copies each day. What do we need to figure out in this problem, Tegan?
How many copies does the large copier make each week?
And look, this I'm going to draw a box around, because here we're talking about each day. Here we're talking about each day, but then our question asks each week. All right, Trace, what do I know about my small copier? I'm going to give it the initials SC.
It makes 437 copies each day.
Okay, so here's my 437 copies. Now, Trace, what do I know about my large copier?
It makes 4 times as many copies each day.
So how many boxes should I draw next to the large copier, Trace?
4.
If it's good. So here's 1 times as many as the small copier, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. So now we need to figure out how many copies. We know the small copier makes 437 copies. Now we need to figure out how many the large copier makes. How would we figure out how many copies the large copier makes? What would I do, Seth?
I don't think she.
Take 437 times 4.
Okay. Do you want to use the standard algorithm, Seth, or partial products?
Standard.
All right. What's 4 times 7?
28.
So I put down the
8.
and carry my.
2.
Okay. What's 4 times 3?
12.
And then what do we do with this 2?
Add it.
What's 12 plus 2?
14.
So I put down my 4 and carry my 1. What's 4 times 4?
16.
Plus 1?
17.
So Seth, how many copies does the large copier make in one day?
1,748.
Okay, now some people might have this as our answer. Jack, do you agree that the large copier makes 1,748 copies each week?
Yeah.
No. This
No.
is in 437. How many copies does the small 437 is how many copies they make in what amount of time? Look back in the story. How many days or how many weeks does it take for the small copier to make 437?
4 times.
Now read the first sentence. What long of a period of time is it?
Each day.
This is in, I'm going to put /day. This is 437 copies in a day. What about 1,748? How frequent is that amount of copying for the large copier?
In a day.
That's in a day. But then look, Jack, our question says, how many copies does a large copier make in a week? So this is in one day. How can we figure out how many copies that is in one whole week?
1,748 times 7
Why did you multiply by 7?
because there's 7 days in a week.
Very good. Can you go ahead? What algorithm would you like to use? Partial products or standard?
Standard.
Okay, 7 times 8.
Wait, let me write it down first.
Sure.
Okay. 8 times 7 is
Anyone know 7 times 8?
51.
Close. Reese?
56.
Good job. So I'm going to put down my 6, carry my 5. 7 times 4?
28.
Plus 5?
32.
28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. Put down my 3, carry my 3. 7 times 7?
49.
Plus 3?
52.
So I put down my 2, carry my 5. 7 times 1?
7.
Plus 5.
13.
Try that again.
12.
There you go. Okay, so we have 12,236. How should this be labeled? It's 12,236 what?
Copies in a week.
Very good. Copies per week. That's the one I'm going to circle. Here's my final answer. Okay, so far, any questions? Go ahead and unmute yourself if you have any questions. I'm scrolling through. I had to message the kid. I'm not going to let anyone else jump in right now. I'm going to wait until we're finished so that they can start from the beginning. Okay, Isla, go ahead and read number 3.
Jared sold 194 Boy Scout chocolate bars. Matthew sold 3 times as many as Jared. Gary sold 297 fewer than Matthew. How many bars did Gary sell?
Okay, so Isla, tell me what we know about Jared.
He sold 194 Boy Scout.
Okay, so by Jared's name, I'm going to put, actually this time I'm not even going to draw a tape diagram. We're just going to do good old fashioned some notes. So Jared sold 194. What do we know about Matthew, Isla?
Matthew sold 3 times as many as Jared.
Okay, so if Matthew sold 3 times, we're going to multiply 3 times what?
194 times 3.
Right, we're taking Jared's amount. So over here, let's solve 194 times 3. Who haven't I heard from yet? Tegan, why don't you help me with this one? 194 times 3.
4 times 3 equals 12. Carry the 1.
Put down the 2.
Yeah.
Carry the
down
1.
2. Carry the 1. 9 times 3 is 27 plus 1 is 8. So 28. Put down the 8, carry the 2. 3 times 1 is 3 plus 2 is 5. Put down the 5 and your answer is 582.
Okay, so Matthew sold 582 chocolate bars. Tegan, what do we know about Gary?
Gary sold 297 fewer than Matthew.
So Tegan, if we know that Gary sold 297 fewer than Matthew, how could we figure out how many Gary sold?
582 minus 297.
So we're going to take Matthew's total, and since it's fewer, we're going to subtract. Now this got some of us, Noah and Cooper, are you here? I don't see your faces.
Yeah.
Okay, turn your screen on, please. I've asked many times. Noah, show me your book. And turn a light on, please. Hold up your page 63, please, Noah.
I can't find it.
You can't find what?
My math book.
Okay, well then you're not getting anything out of sitting here with your camera on. Like I've told you before, this isn't going to count as your work for today when you're not doing anything. So who are you home with today?
My mom.
Okay, can you ask her to help you look for your book, please? Then whenever I post the video, you'll be able to follow along with the video to get your work done.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, Cooper, help me solve 582 minus 297. Remember subtraction rules. It's been a while since we've subtracted. Noah, go look right now.
Okay.
So you do 2 minus 7, which you can't do that, so you go over to the 8 and you cross it out, make it a 7, and then add 10 to 12, add 10 to 2, which makes it 12, and then you do 12 times minus 7, and that equals 7. Wait, no.
Uh-huh.
That equals 5.
Okay.
Now you do 8 minus 9. You can't do
Remember,
that.
you cross that off, so that's a 7.
Oh wait,
So
you do 7 minus 9. You go over to 5, cross it out, make it 4, and then you do add the 10 to 7, which makes it 17. And then you do 17 minus 9, which equals 6.
Try that again.
It equals 8.
Yep. 4 minus 2.
And then you do 4 minus 2, and that equals 2. So your answer is 285.
So then, Cooper, go back to your question. The question is, Gary sold 297 fewer than, how many bars did Gary sell? Answer that for me with a sentence.
What?
The question is, how many bars did Gary sell? Give me that answer in a statement, please.
Gary sold 285 bars.
Very good. And I just added chocolate in there. Gary sold 285 chocolate bars. Okay, so I've been telling you guys all along that all the things that we're doing are small parts that are building to more difficult, more deeper thinking. So tomorrow, when you get on your Schoology for tomorrow, there is an anchor chart and a video that I made, and then there's also practice problems. You're going to see that tomorrow, you're going to be allowed to use a calculator to do the math. because I want to see if you're able to read a more difficult problem and figure out what you need to do to solve. So I'm going to free up the part of your mind that's still working on your multiplication facts, your addition, and your subtraction. And I want to channel in the more critical thinking. Can you look at like a puzzle type math question and come up with a game plan to solve? Does that make sense? And I put that in the directions for tomorrow that you are allowed to use a calculator. When you're watching, you're going to be very confused if you don't want to watch the video. And I know most of you followed the directions for today. So whatever you, just like you did today, make sure you do it tomorrow before you jump into the practice, because I give directions in the video, okay? Okay, I'm going to be checking extra math today. If you are in here right now, you do not need to submit homework to me because we just did that together, numbers 1, 2, and 3, okay? If you are not on this Zoom right now and you're watching the video, please remember to click on the link and submit the practice problems to me. Okay, do you guys have any questions? Okay, I'm going to stop recording.